Let's begin with a simple explanation of the class. During the class trial, you will present. If you vote correctly, then only the black. I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And that person. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone.
You're fine. Your head's empty.
Empty head? Listen up! The emptier your head, the more...
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 in the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me. We immediately headed over to the hospital. I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking when I pressed the button to turn on the monitor. A video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story!
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after...
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko.
Various way?
Don't say it like that and confuse...
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki, and not just that.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not one.
And so we decided to look.
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we...
So that's how the case played out.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just... Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw that, then you could be lying as much as you want right now.
Lie? Why?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to... Come on, try to prove... Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie. Damn it! Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the...
Did Hajime kill both...
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie. Damn it! Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's...
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault. Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie. No, that's wrong! I'm not the killer! I mean, there's no way I... Of course you're not! Huh? Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. Each person only received one ticket. Isn't that right?
Yes. No.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie?
Hold on a sec!
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, it also provides a...
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad.
What a waste of time.
Now then, since we know how...
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki...
If Ibuki committed suicide.
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as...
Like I said before, it's pretty clear the killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime... So all we gotta do is this...
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were...
I couldn't have been gone for more than...
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes?
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed...
What do you mean,
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to...
However, that door is the only... If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have...
Yeah, you're absolute... Which means, when we broke down the venue door...
They were...
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonya...
Me too?
What the hell? Why is it...
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only...
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. Me too!
Hey! What? You're kidding, right?
Please stop making that...
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously...
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall!
The killer was still inside the music venue by locking the door from the inside. They tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music venue.
By locking the door from the inside,
No, that's wrong! Wait a second. There's also a possibility that
from the outside,
there was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door.
semi-transparent glob.
I see! That semi-transparent glob.
Blue?
Yeah. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemic based on all that. I'm certain.
I didn't know glue was I believe it is not something one typically...
That glue is only applied to the areas where both by pouring it in the gaps of the closed door. They must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck.
But if you just stick them together with glue...
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us...
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem... It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer...
Are you saying the drumstick was it? Then I totally fell for that fucking...
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However,
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have...
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue,
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slope.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else. But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time. Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its... Here, I have...
that scrap of paper.
That's right, but...
the... In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wall. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper.
Right. You overlaid the see? It fits.
I see. So the scrap that was caught, and what's wrong with that? Does it have something?
A mere nobody like me isn't important. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify...
It's all coming together! Got it! Kyoko's body was hidden before we...
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with...
What? They hit...
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to... So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Kyoko's... However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar...
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice it.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to...
The baton lighting forms a...
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers...
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpapers.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on...
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took...
But going to the trouble of hiding the...
The crime itself would be much easier to pull off, since they don't have... They just have to peel off that wallpaper and...
Then, when was Hyoko actually...
Good point. And it's about time we shed some light on those images.
You mentioned imitation murder.
Are you kidding me? You haven't...
Hey, don't put my likeness...
You're pretty noisy. For some...
I don't eat mothballs.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the...
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't...
I see! The reason the killer imitated 2 of the murders from the movie was so he'd...
Then Hiyoko would...
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that,
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain?
An even bigger jerk?
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged. That means when she was still alive.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How right. Your opponent is out of your...
Man, he's being annoying.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you...
Because she was doing something that's only possible.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
I agree with that! Just as Sonia said, that something was blood.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She sucked. Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she...
If Ibuki stepped on her...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko... Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact...
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye! Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday...
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? But are you sure you're sure? You're so frightened you can't even... However, the time for You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words! That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because...
Don't say such foolish...
Yes, I do. You look closely. There's a streak on the floor where blood...
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, Ibuki must have already stepped in it. And
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor... Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be...
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating.
Aside from Miko, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue, so...
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of...
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file, just to keep...
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is fine then. But regardless of good or evil...
Can't you just shut up and back...
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Mono...
Huh? Again?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide...
The same as always. You have to... Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blackened to punish, but I guess it...
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean?
Well, I understand Hyoko's death. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko and then committed...
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed...
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means...
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to... After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body, the killer had to be alive.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, if she waited until Hajime left...
She hanged herself!
And if she was going to fake her death, her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone
I see. There's no doubt that someone killed those two.
What the heck?
There's... If Ibuki didn't commit suicide... According to that video you saw, Ibuki would... Then does that mean...
Forced?
I don't know anything about...
Don't say it all pudding? So, maybe we should figure out...
So, then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure...
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no...
The video...
What time did Hajime...
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monica, and I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monikuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself. And since we established that Hyoko was killed before, that means the time that the murders occurred...
Then, we just have to find the...
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation...
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi!
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi!
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
No, that's wrong! Hold on. Not all. In fact, Mikan and...
You two have a...
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together.
We even...
Hey, what kind of situation?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's...
And we went to the hospital together afterward.
I get it. You guys have out.
If that's the case, the killer...
It's better if we think about it like the killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and...
It feels like Operation Destroy the...
But committing an imitation murder, faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder, was that the only reason the killer...
Are you saying there was a...
I feel really bad for confusing you guys, so I think the killer had a completely different reason for...
Hiya!
Stop it!
What a
I'm Monami. Once, seriously, he's like the king. We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip. No! This definitely could. Everyone, do your very best.
Did I confuse you? If that's the case, it would've... If that happened, the imitation would've been...
Well, it's against the rule.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get...
Seriously, just shut up already!
But I'm thinking about it again, and
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's
it's not just that. Come on. About the lion.
That's the one Hyoko's...
Even though we're calling it an imitation, but Hyoko's body was suspended by common house.
Maybe they just used a common substitute.
Well, that's probably it, but if falsifying the murder sequence was the killer, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been...
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the...
I'm saying Hyoko's...
What?
I understand the imitation.
It's not just the poor imitation, also other strange details.
Strange details.
Like, for example,
So, you're saying the truth behind...
I have no freaking clue what!
However, this is getting quite...
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
I agree with that. It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music.
So,
If no one called for her, then why?
Yoko locked herself in her room because she was being... I don't think a person like that would leave their room.
There's no way she got a...
Yoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no...
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just...
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key.
I won't move! Are you saying my gut was wrong? This will be my first and last highlight of the...
No!
Shut up! Enough! Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
I can't back down!
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
I can't back down!
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono. It's more likely that Hiyoko
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was all messed up.
Crap!
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono... There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer!
Allow me to cut through those words! The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up...
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided...
Yoko seemed to be really struggling. I believe that was what... That is why I told her that there was a full-length mirror.
Then, the reason her kimono was...
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to...
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn...
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have...
Though that may not
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have...
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin.
Kazuichi, do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps...
Gundam, please stop!
Of course. I've already overlooked nobody.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, Why did Hiyoko get...
The only thing I can think of is...
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably...
She was killed, so there wouldn't be any loose...
It probably happened when the killer was preparing. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head. And
Killed Hiyoko.
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime,
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't...
then what was the killer actually... They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill it.
Do you?
Damn, you don't know the most.
Hey, Nagito.
Hey, how long are you gonna stay? Oh, am I allowed to speak? I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps.
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Huh?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime. But now I remember. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue, there'd be bloody footprints left in... So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while.
That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly... Are you freaking kidding me?
That's strange.
This is strange?
I can prove it with this! If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's...
Huh?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean.
Did you notice such a small detail? How am...
But didn't you say you saw that? Then I think there's...
unless there was something...
I see. So there was some...
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only...
Hajime, I leave it... As long as I leave this to you, I won't...
Yeah, I'll definitely...
Damn it!
Here! That's right, I remember now.
Can you explain it?
What's strange is that stepladder It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts... There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video.
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death...
Even so, the fact is the stepladder... The stepladder in the video
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance.
It's possible those two stepladders...
Wait, are you saying there were... But where would you find another stepladder?
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the...
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video is... That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming...
Besides the stepladder, the filming...
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the... It was filmed somewhere else.
But the hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera.
It's all coming together! That's it. The kill with it. They made me think it was a live feed from the venue.
Then only the monitor was
Yes, at least when I first discovered. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably...
That means you should have realized that from the start.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Well, that's true. In order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did that.
I see!
The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to... My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have known.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue...
And they destroyed it and left that in...
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts,
the fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look...
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places.
There's no way the conference and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue?
Damn it!
There's no way the conference and the music venue...
Which place resembled? Did the conference room look... Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Or did they make some kind of set?
They might have tampered with the camera.
I still can't believe you mixed up the filming location. Hajime, you're pretty stupid.
conference room. And the music venue looked as...
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
That must be it! What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like... They did that by using the black curtain hanging...
From what I remember, there used to be a really flashy... It somehow became a plain black...
That's right! It's so...
Oh yeah? Well...
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like a conference?
In actuality, even... It is a black light blocking...
I see. The same color as the... So the killer chose the conference room because...
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense with you.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to...
I can prove it with this! You're referring to the candle in the video I saw, a candle was used for light. The music venue has good light, so there's no reason...
But wouldn't they have that...
That might have been another reason, but... The lighting in the conference room and the music... That's why the killer used a candle.
Which means... Are you... That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it...
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were with that cheap-ass camera. It won't capture much.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no... The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered... But it appears the killer already covered that up.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place...
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the
But this must be a surprising turn of... You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital...
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a
If Ibuki's hanging video was... Then was Ibuki killed at the conference room?
No, that's not... Right after Hajime saw that video, he
I see! The person wearing the hint bag in that... It was... The killer. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was...
By that time, the real Ibuki...
The actual time of death must have been earlier.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to...
But why did the killer go to the trouble of making...
The reason the killer made a... There's only one possibility I can think of. Then naturally, the killer's...
You fiend! Are you...
You're the only one!
What are you...
Like I said, aren't you the killer who...
Killer? I'm the...
Hey, don't you think that's kind of... A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even...
She's a clumsy slowpoke like me killing...
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the...
An alibi? Was that the kill?
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier.
It's just a...
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital. Is that also a coincidence? At that time, you said you were going to the on-call room. That That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance. By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to... and showed that to me. Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass...
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already...
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Akane and I, were both delirious from the
So that must mean...
Please, wait a sec. What are you saying? That's impossible.
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better
Just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure?
Wrong! It's totally wrong!
Just like Akane said, it is
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone...
that slow-witted remark is not...
It's fine. In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft... Even I can't How many times do I have to tell you?
What do you say?
Do you still believe?
Do you?
Hey, Hajime!
Can you hold on? Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all. I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything...
What are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no... I thought it was suspicious all along. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different...
Hey, what...
Well, thanks to that. I've been so focused on everybody else this trial.
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know.
Actually, this is...
Please don't say such controversial... What?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a...
That's a decisive clue.
Let's take a look. Regarding the rope Ibuki was... This rope was supplied by the supermarket.
Again with the supermarket?
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it...
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope. Near the middle of the rope. It's frayed. But why is it like this? The loop and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting...
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong?
It means, well, from what I can infer, the killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck. Well, both the center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to...
Hold on. I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew... What exactly did you say to...
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who, just like this case's killer.
More importantly, what was all that about the rope?
And then...
How is that?
Huh? You didn't notice it? Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or...
Whoever misunderstood is to blame.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, the scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn?
But we believed it was... Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we...
The Monokuma file, it never specified.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file, it never specified.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believe... Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
That must be it! So that's what happened. We've been falling for the... You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a... You told us the wrong cause of death.
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging and... You, Mikon, the ultimate nurse.
First of all, I'm not a coroner, so that's why it's not...
You were right.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference.
I'm not taking her side or anything, but being clumsy and
He's totally right! I'm such a clumsy mess.
Mikon nursed me till I got better. There's no way.
Don't you think her devotion to nursing is what helped her draw you?
Huh?
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused... It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikon because...
So Mikon volunteered to nurse us?
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief?
I'm not a criminal. Mikon is. I mean...
You've got it all wrong!
I'm sorry. I just can't forgive this...
Forgiveness or not, we still have not
I see. Well, if that's the choice everyone makes... But is that really okay?
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep...
There's no way!
Is that really true?
Stop it already!
I can't stop! I don't want to do this either! But I need to do this!
You doubt your...
That's not it! I suspect them because I want to believe them!
What the hell does that mean?
I don't think...
Huh?
I do doubt her. But I still want to believe her. 'Cause if there's no room for doubt...
Don't say deeps...
If you want to believe in someone, you need to... Belief without doubt is simply a lie.
Fine. Do whatever you want.
Huh? So in the end, you're justifying your actions with fancy words. Everyone... It's all her I'm done with that! You hear me? I'm done! It's not fair. It's not fair. Why won't you forgive me? If
Is acting like this your strategy now? Plus, to be honest, I've run out of ideas.
If we don't have any clues, why don't we have her give... I'm the same as Hajime. But still, the truth is one of... That's why we gotta stick with it. Hey, Mikan, if you're not the killer...
Like I said...
Can you prove it?
Wait! Do you... Because treating me like a killer... Yeah, it's totally crazy! Why does everybody always hate me?
Is this broad really okay?
I'm not the killer!
It seems she... But the only one who can find the hole in her argument. So, I'm...
Why do you get to decide I'm the killer? Please! I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and... You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Damn it!
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you. Who could have filmed that video?
Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have...
Is that really your... You could tell her body type under the... Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other who could have filmed that video.
Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was... Or could it be the hospital slippers she had?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have...
Is that really it? You could tell her body type under... Just from that big... Just from that camera angle?
I'll shoot through that contradiction. Mikan, as I said before many times, but I never said anything about the... So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw...
The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle is because you're the person...
This is your just reward. The more desperately you are, you lied.
Is it true, Mikan?
Huh? I was wrong.
That's not it?
I mean... You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she... Ding! I totally remember now.
What the heck's wrong with her?
That tote bag. Isn't it the same one that girl with...
How do you know so much about...
More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item? Hajime saw it too, didn't you? Whoopsie! Don't worry about it. Ta-da! There's no mistake. So don't you think it's using one tote bag in both the conference room and the meeting? It's blatantly obvious that's why that video isn't fabricated. So you'll
Taking your stubbornness this far.
Then you're gonna forgive me?
Check.
Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right? Isn't that right? You're... You still haven't forgiven me? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, throw on me! You're done for! Why only me? Please, throw on me! Can you forgive me already? You still haven't forgiven me? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, throw on me! You're done for! Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Shall I let you punch me? Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, throw on me! You're done for! Why only me? Please, throw on me! There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time! There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time! There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time. Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? You still haven't forgiven me? Forgive me! Forgive me! There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time.
This is the end! Monokuma. Whoever bought that bag should have received another one, which means it's not impossible to use that. So please, just stop making.
Why?
It seems.
Why does everybody always hate me?
Nikon. After I go over your crime from the beginning, please just admit it already. Here's everything that happened in this case. The key to this incident is the That's why I'm going to start. When I went to the hospital with Nikon this morning, the incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was. When I switched on the monitor, a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag of. That surveillance camera unit was designed for. That's why I thought the signal originated from. But that was the killer's In truth, that video was the killer brought the music venue camera the night before, and then they filmed that video in the By doing so, they tried to make it when in fact, the crime hit a person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer. I didn't know that, so I went to the music video. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there, but that was also part of the. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely and, as if they were began working on their last. First, when I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about it. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have. Next, the killer destroyed the. After destroying it. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally when they brought it. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera. In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a clip. They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room. However, they did this to mislead us into believing. In actuality, the reason that the killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open. With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko. They helped us force open the music venue door. They made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but at the time, they pretended to be surprised. But Inside, they were... Isn't that right, Mikon?
Whoa!
This feeling, I know it.
This feeling of... Mikon!
Whoa there! It seems your arguments have reached a conclusion. Now, let's... Well now.
Hey,
What?
What?
It cannot be!
Perhaps... See? Jeez. Isn't that right? Possible.
Oh?
Huh?
What I did.
Huh? Huh?
My beloved was they never hated me. They forgave my existence. They forgave me and they gave me. They loved. I loved them with all my heart. This is my... It's love.
Hey,
Well... How amazing! Could it be?
this is... But... such despair. Don't fuck with me! You serious? Hey, this is bad.
Oh?
Of course not!
Oh?
That is...
Oh? Well... Do you understand?
Hey. Hey! Damn it!
Oh?
Yes, indeed. Now then, I prepared a
So it's real. Now I can go to my beloved. I can finally... Please forgive me.
Let's give it everything.
Let me ask.
Damn it. But... Isn't that right?
Please wait!
Damn it!
Wrong. Come on.
You fiend.
Phew.
Hey! Hey!
Hey, Huh?
Hey! So just as I thought. However...
Fine. Silence.
Right?
All right!
Uh-oh. Unbelievable.
Hey!
No way! What's this?
All right!
Hey,
Listen!
Hey, hey!
could it be?
Yo! Hey! What? Perhaps you don't remember my face. That's pretty sad, you know? Huh? You two, if you're messing with me, I'll...
Haven't you?
What do you mean, no? Oh, you mean this... The name's Nekomaru Nidai!